Hey guys, hope you are doing well. Thank you so much for joining us. We have a good topic, an important topic today, travel versus wedding insurance. What's the difference? If you think about it, your travel and your wedding is a big time and financial commitment, and we're going to talk about coverages of each today.
Yes, when we talk about a destination wedding, it's not just about finding the right resort and the right venue for your special day. It's also about protecting that investment. A lot of time and energy goes into planning your special day, and we want to make sure that you're prepared and protected every step of the way. So as Olden said, today we're going to talk about the difference with travel and wedding insurance. This is a question we get asked often. What's the difference? What do they actually cover? Does one cover components of the other? So we thought it was important to do this video today and talk about the importance of both and what they cover.
Yeah, and another reason why that is important, again, you know, if you travel at all and you don't use travel protection, keep in mind, yes, it is a vacation for a lot of your friends and family, but this is a formal wedding event. You only get one crack at it, so you do want to be protected. Make sure your time and financial commitments are protected.
Yes, so let's jump into it.
Yeah. So starting with what insurance actually covers. This is going to cover this is your safety net for the travel portion of your wedding journey. It protects you and your guests for anything unexpected that can derail your trip, coming from the States to wherever your destination is. And what that typically covers are any trip cancellations or interruptions. If you're sick, if there's an emergency that pops up, or severe weather. A lot of our couples that want to get married in the fall in Mexico, Caribbean, keep in mind it's rainy season, weather, anything can happen anytime, but definitely in the fall. So we strongly recommend having some kind of protection there if you have an event planned in the fall. Any flight delays or any missed connections, that's another reason.
That never happens. The airlines never change the flights, though.
It's almost the norm nowadays to have some kind of delay or some kind of change with the original time that you have your flight booked. So very common. Also, any medical emergencies abroad. Keep in mind your medical insurance coverage in the States will not apply internationally, but if you do have, depending on what policy you choose, to travel with, you may have some medical coverage abroad. You never know, something can come up.
And that's probably one of the biggest things that people don't realize is included with travel protection is that medical coverage. And it's one of the most important because if you roll an ankle on the beach or anything happens, you want to make sure you have coverage.
Yes. Any lost, delayed, or stolen luggage can also be covered as well, something to consider. And then any natural disasters that come up, again, it's hurricane season in the fall in Mexico and a lot of parts of the Caribbean, and for that reason, you want to consider some coverage.
Yes, and the average cost of travel protection is about $100 to $200 per reservation, so just something to keep in mind. It's not a huge out-of-pocket expense. It is an additional expense, but better to have it and have the protection versus be in one of those situations and forfeit your, what you've spent for the travel.
The biggest thing that a lot of travelers are looking for is that cancel for any reason. There may be, keep in mind, you're booking this months in advance or over a year in advance. If you have that cancel for any reason part in your policy, that's good to have. The biggest hiccup we see is travelers that don't have any protection at all. Things happen, things come up, and it's almost impossible to not have any penalties or to make any changes as you get closer to those travel dates without having some kind of plan covering you.
So true. So on the flip side, let's talk about wedding insurance and how that protects. Now, wedding insurance protects the event itself, the ceremony, the reception, the vendors, the items that are making your wedding uniquely yours. So this would be things like postponement or cancellation due to illness, extreme weather, or unexpected emergencies. Vendor no-shows or failures. If you have a vendor that doesn't show up or they have an emergency that comes up, including the venues, photographers, florists, entertainment, hair and makeup, the list can go on and on. Damage or loss of wedding attire, rings, decor, or gifts. Now again, we always hope these things don't happen, but anything can happen, so protection is the name of the game.
Rings are the biggest one there.
Yes, and accidents or injuries that occur during the event. Again, if the bride rolls an ankle in her heel trying to get, on a platform or whatever the case may be, we want to make sure that you have protection for that. So wedding insurance really is just going to cover the event as a whole. It's not going to cover anything around the travel around it. So how wedding insurance works is you purchase a set amount of coverage, and the premium cost depends on the amount of the coverage. So this can range from, say you want $5,000 coverage, that's about $300, all the way to $30,000 in coverage, and that would be $680. Another question I get asked a lot is, well, how much coverage do I actually want? And the next question I ask is, how much are you spending for your wedding? Because that's the amount you want to cover. If you have a $30,000 wedding budget, that's what you're spending on your wedding, the venues, the vendors, that's the amount that you want covered. Yep. So that is how wedding insurance works.
Why do you need both? Keep in mind there are two completely different elements. Like Sarah said, you have the wedding portion of it and you do have the travel part of it, each with their own risks and each require its own type of protection. Here's just a quick breakdown on why you need each. Getting to the destination, you're going to want travel insurance. This is why travel insurance helps. Getting to the destination, any flight delays or cancellation, medical emergencies while traveling, luggage issues, or weather that impacts travel at all. Wedding insurance you're going to want for if weather is impacting the wedding day, any vendor issues or no shows, damage to the attire, again, rings, that's going to be the high dollar item, especially there, and any postponement or cancellation of the wedding completely.
Yes, couples are often surprised that travel insurance doesn't cover the wedding specific events and that wedding insurance doesn't cover travel. So we really like to make it clear to our couples, in order to have the proper protection in place, we do recommend having both travel insurance and wedding insurance. So for guests, we recommend travel insurance. For the wedding couple, we recommend travel insurance and wedding insurance. So this is just going to help you make sure that you have protection all the way around. No matter what comes up, you're not going to be sacrificing that investment that you made into your special day.
Yeah, with our clients, we do offer travel protection to all your family and friends. We at least give them the opportunity to have some protection in travel because, again, things do come up. They're booking far, far in advance. No one has an idea what's going to be happening 6, 9 months or a year out, which is why we always recommend it. And
we even take it one step further. We look over every single reservation, and if we notice that your guests don't opt for travel protection, we're going to reach out to them and say, we just want to make sure you're aware you didn't opt for travel protection. This is what it's going to cover and when the instances it would apply. Again, just always making sure that you and your guests are informed and have all the most accurate information. Again, it's always up to you and your guests to decide what's right for you, but it's our job to make sure that you're informed and educated along the way.
Yes, we hope you have found this helpful, breaking down the differences between the two. Again, overall, it's just peace of mind to have some kind of policy covering your wedding and your travels for you and your guests.
Yes, if you are looking to plan a destination wedding in Mexico and you want step-by-step guidance through the whole process, reach out to us. We would love to get to know you better and help you plan your special day.
Hope you have a great week.
Thanks and safe travels.